Hey guys, Singing here, bringing you Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we've gotten some more news and more teasers of events and things upcoming for the 10th anniversary. I think they've been doing a really good job over the last few days of giving out these little bits of information like on a day-to-day basis, just so that we are getting little snippets of info. I think it's kind of more interesting to be doing it that way rather than, you know, we've been seeing those things that have come up in the news now where it's got like information about upcoming content and it's like almost like a mini celebration like splash banner page, and it'll have like a couple of different events in it. But having this little drip feed of like getting a little bit of information about upcoming stuff every day, I think has been quite an effective strategy, and obviously kind of gives you something to look forward to for that part of the day, right? We've been on the stream. My early streams usually end at around the time that these posts have been being made, so we're all kind of looking forward to it hitting that hour on the dot and seeing what else has been posted. And of course, these have all been being posted at 10 AM UK time. You of course could check the tweet yourself and see when it was posted in your local time, but this is the time that the anniversary live stream is going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow, the live stream that should show all the details for the cards, hopefully the animations, like it should be the full reveal of everything because it's literally the day before the stuff drops. So that's going to be very, very exciting as well. So a couple of things to talk about for this one. Obviously, we have this event that's been revealed. We kind of saw the details for it in the files, but didn't have the full information on what the stage was. But it's the Soaring Spirit Clash Between Rivals. So it's a once per day event, and you can get EX skill orbs for the Earth Protecting Heroes or Successors category. So this is one of the things, like, we don't know necessarily about leader skills. This is something that we've been talking about recently in videos, but these two new categories could potentially be leader skills for the part 1 characters, with Earth Protecting Heroes going to Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Successors being going to Vegeta. Although we have talked about how, of course, if those were their singular 200% leads, it wouldn't necessarily be the best, especially for Vegeta, whose card seems to need a Goku for like the unit super, and there's no Gokus on the Successors category. It does make me wonder if these Carnival LRs for the anniversary are going to have multiple leader skills. We're actually going to get like double 200% lead Carnivals. I think that's a good way to make them hype for the anniversary, and then potentially the worldwide when it comes later this year, and still have like the other normal Carnival releases have a single 200% lead. But either way, we will find that out. It could be like the worldwide, where the category gets introduced, characters are on the category, but then someone doesn't actually have the leader skill until part 2. Either way, we're going to be able to start getting these orbs straight away. So these characters that are on the category, obviously you'll be able to use the orbs for them. Bearing in mind, of course, the actual anniversary characters themselves should get their own unique skill orbs from the 10th anniversary battle, and then the Carnival ones should get theirs from the memorable battles, or if they're having stages for the 10th anniversary one as well, after the update that we saw the other day with new part 2 character arts on it. So very interesting to see how exactly they are going to do this. But yeah, always having one of these events for the big celebration, getting free skill orbs for the characters is definitely nice. And then we have a couple of other updates here on for Global and JP. I guess it's I kind of get used to saying like for Global or for JP, whereas obviously now, you know, all of this stuff should be for both at the same time. But update 5.25.1 has released on both versions. So of course we just got 5.25.0, which of course the affectionately named Dokkan 2 update. They've already done an update here to give a little bit of minor fixing to some of the stuff that had been mentioned by players, which is really good that it's happened so quickly. So the first one is you can now check the entry order of characters on the map by tapping the next up. So basically, this is what we talked about in a previous video. When you jump into an event and you're on the map screen, you have that new, the way it's displayed instead of the wheel in the bottom right, where it says next up, and it shows you the next rotation of characters. But obviously that doesn't tell you, the way the wheel used to, who was going to be on your turn 2 and who was locked in, who was in slot 7 and therefore not going to be up until turn 3. And for some challenge events, that was really frustrating because, you know, if you've got a bad starting rotation for certain teams, you might as well quit and start again. But you couldn't see it. So they fixed that. So now you press that next up icon at the bottom right with the 3 characters, and it brings up basically the team menu. Now, it looks the same as when you do it in battle, so it'll list the 7 characters with their stats and everything, but you can't click on them like you can in battle. It just literally is like a little pop-up to show you what the rotations are going to be. But at the end of the day, that's what we need it for, is for just checking the rotations out of battle. You don't necessarily be needing to go in and check their stats and all that stuff before we've got into the fight. So that is very useful. Obviously for me doing the Heroes Challenge runs and stuff like that, certain runs, especially when we're doing Goku and Frieza, like a bad starting rotation literally just means quit and start again. So having this little update so you can check those without having to waste time going into the fight is definitely very good. And then they've also fixed the issue where there was a bunch of extra like cut-ins appearing. We talked about this on streams. I haven't really done a lot of the videos lately, have just been anniversary news videos. We haven't been doing a lot of gameplay stuff, so I haven't put up any videos, so those of you guys in the streams will have seen it. But like after the Dokkan 2 update, there was a bunch of extra cut-ins that were appearing, like the character face icon that comes up when you dodge or when you get an additional. But one would appear telling you that like one of the character's abilities was activating. So like if a character was going to dodge, like say they're being attacked in slot 1, it would come up with their cut-in with the evasion icon, and then the enemy would attack and they would dodge. And the cut-in would still come up for when they dodge. It was coming up for when a character was going to guard, it was coming up when a character was going to additional, but it was only for the first time. So if it came up for a character once for them to dodge, and then they dodged, then they took a hit, and then they dodged again, like the extra one would only come up the first time. Not really sure why that was happening. They've removed it completely, so it's just gone back to the way it was with Dokkan 1, I guess we will call it now. But yeah, it's just gone back to the cut-ins only appear when your character performs the actual action, and they don't appear for like guard and things like that. So minor change, that one. The extra cut-ins, I mean, I think it was an interesting idea, but just because there were so many that could come up in like one turn, it was a lot going on. So I think it's probably for the best with that change. But yeah, the next up thing, obviously very, very good. And then the big thing that we saw this morning as well, of course, we know that we're getting a new Dokkan Fest with the anniversary, the Goku and Vegeta that fuse into VEGITO with the new reversible exchange mechanic. So we got the Dokkan event teaser for this event in the game. So new stage of a Dokkan event is coming soon. The overwhelming power of pride and rage, challenge the peerless super warrior duo. So the thing is, it says, as usual with these kind of things, it's a new stage, not a new event. So the event, the ultimate pair brackets present world, will be temporarily unavailable starting from the following date, starting from Tuesday the 28th. I believe Rick, one of the people that posts a lot of the data mining info and stuff, posted saying that it's going to be 2 PM UK time. So I'm not sure what time that is for a lot of you guys if you're in like the US. I think it's what, like 6 AM PST and then 9 AM EST, I think. And that's when the preparation period begins. So the one thing I would say is, as this event is going to go away, this is obviously the event that was where you got the STR VEGITO and the INT LR VEGITO from the 3-year. It's the event where their medals came from. Obviously, while that event is still available for now, like at the time, if you're watching this video, if you're watching it as soon as it goes up, this event is obviously still available in the game. You can go and farm some medals for the VEGITOs. I would imagine that based on what we know from the previous LR like Dokkan Fest that we get, and especially with the fact that it's an update for this stage in particular, I would imagine that we probably need medals from both the stages, the STR VEGITO and the INT VEGITO. It may end up only being one. So of course, if you're limited on resources like stamina, and you're obviously not going to want to spend stones or anything like to refresh, then I would say the STR VEGITO medals, I think we probably need some of those. I want to farm some of the INT VEGITO ones as well. Obviously, we may end up not needing them. But the way these normally work is to awaken from the SSR, like to the TUR, you'll need 35 of the new medals from the new VEGITO event that will be added, like the new stage. And then you'll need 35 of like the older medals. And then to awaken from the TUR to the LR, you need another 35 of the new medals and then 35 older medals. So I could easily see the first awakening being like 35 new medals and then 35 INT LR VEGITO medals, and then the second one to LR being 35 new medals and 35 STR VEGITO medals. So I'm going to farm up 35 of each just to see if that's how many you need. If we've got some extra ones, we've got some extra ones. If you can't be bothered to pre-farm, or you don't want to like pre-farm extra stuff that you're not going to need, then obviously tomorrow after we get the live stream and we get the full reveals, we should then get a data download at some point during that day, and then that will give us the information of exactly the medals that we need. But of course, at that point, it will be too late to pre-farm them because the event will be down for this preparation to add a new stage. So it's up to you if you want to pre-farm some of them now. Obviously, I know some people, there's a bit of superstition around pre-farming the medals because you don't want to jinx your luck summoning for the character. You don't want to pre-farm all the medals, pre-farm like the characters if they have farmable super attacks, and then you end up not pulling them. But I'll leave that up to you for what you guys want to do. But at the time the video is going up, that event is still up now, and you can farm those older VEGITO medals should you so choose. And then the other thing, of course, that was in the news, we got some stuff. You'll have had it in your gift box by now if you've logged into the game, but the anniversary returning campaign has now been completed. So we got to this step 10 really quickly compared to like the last year. Then the EX step was added, which was 200,000 players. Over the weekend, I think 91,000, I saw somebody say, were added. So the total number of returning players is 241,000, almost 242. That's almost 250,000 people have like returned to Dokkan ready for the anniversary. The anniversary hasn't even started yet. Some of it could be for Dokkan 2. I'm sure some people that hadn't played in a while maybe saw some info about the update and wanted to come check it out. But obviously this anniversary has been super hype. So much stuff has been revealed already. There's so much content coming. And yeah, it's kind of crazy to see such a large number, but yeah, tons of people have returned. So the anniversary is looking super hype. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What are you thinking about the skill orb stage? Do you think one of the part 1 characters will actually have the new categories as a lead, or are we going to wait until part 2 like we did with the worldwide? And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Are you going to pre-farm the medals? Are you going to wait and see? Let me know what you guys are thinking down below in the comment section. And of course, as I say, I will be live tomorrow to watch along with the live stream. So hopefully I will see you guys there. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.